Okay, so in less than 21 days, we took one of our done for you clients from making roughly 1 to 2K a month with their low ticket offer to launching a 35K a month high ticket offer in the TikTok Shop affiliate coaching space. And the crazy part about this is that this was done with under 5K combined followers. There was two offer owners, or they were joined together. So they had about 5,000 followers combined, and that was on TikTok. It's not even Instagram or YouTube. We had only £600 or $800 on ads, and they'd never sold high ticket before. It was their first high ticket program. So I'm just going to repeat that, right? Under 5,000 followers, £600 on ads, and never sold high ticket before. And we managed to take them from 2K a month to $35,000 a month with the exact methods that I'm going to teach you today. And if you want the proof, here it is, right? So we did about £27,000 cash and £33,000 revenue. And for those of you in America, be approved around the dollars, is that equals right now $36,000, roughly $35,000, whatever, and $44,000 in revenue collected from one single launch campaign. I'm going to show you how. So this was done using our one-to-many to one secret system, and it's comprised of 3 simple steps that I'm going to show you today. The first step to it, if it will let me delete it, is how to build and position your offer against the rest of the market so you can stand out in quote unquote saturated niches. Number 2, the key fundamentals of our one-to-many to one strategy and how that outperforms typical VSL, application, or low ticket funnels time and time again. And then 3, the 21-day cycle you can steal for free to launch your high ticket offer or relaunch or scale your existing high ticket offer and 3x your revenue in 3 weeks. Right, they're the 3 steps you're going to learn today. And basically, you need to lock in because we do know our stuff, right? We charge our done with you clients 4 figures for this information, and we charge our done for you clients the same service that the clients we're talking about today got, mid to high 4 figures for the implementation. And if you do want more results or more proof, go to www.webinars-wizards.com and you'll be greeted with my business partner's lovely handsome face, and you can get your free one-to-many to one selling plan made for you. And if you don't like it, I'll give you $100. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Stage 1, offer architecture and positioning. Competition in the info space is rising. With everyone getting into info, you need a way to stand out. We all know that there's more coaches than ever now, and everyone's getting into info because it's easier than whatever they're doing before, quote unquote, easier. So more people are starting these products, more people are moving to high ticket, and because of this, the awareness level around what a high ticket funnel looks like of the viewer is increasing, right? That's a fact. Everyone knows that people are starting to understand the sales processes and the sales cycles and what's going to happen and what a setter is, and they'll be met with a closer and they'll try these tactics thanks to the fact that there's just so many people doing it, and over time the market's just getting more and more exposed to it. It's not 2022 or 2023 anymore. So, because everyone can make a no-brainer offer and the audiences are seeing these no-brainer offers, you need a way to stand out. I don't know what, let's see, let me switch my pen. You need a way to stand out, and that's why your unique story is so, so important. And so you need to structure your offer in a way that stands out. So this is the market right now, and you want to be the blue ocean. You want to separate yourself from all the different people in the market. Imagine these little lines represent people, right? You want to be different to these people. And so there's a few key ways that we do that. And it's not in what your guarantee looks like. It's not in your unique mechanism, although that is a factor. It's not anything like that because everyone can make an $100 million offer. Thanks to Hormozi. Thanks, Hormozi. Appreciate it. So question 1 that I always like to ask myself when I'm designing my offer is, what is the big idea of my offer? So for this affiliate, TikTok Shop affiliate coaching offer, the big idea was that we are actual active affiliates making 5K a month while all these other gurus and all these other so-called coaches quit affiliates ages ago. That was the big idea of the offer. And that allowed us to create the risk reversal. It allowed us to create the unique mechanism, which actually is this. All an offer is taking somebody from their current situation to, it's terrible, sorry, let me switch my mouse, to their desired situation. And now my mouse isn't working either, so I can't show you anything. Basically what you're doing is you're taking them from one place, point A, to point B. And it'd help if my mouse wasn't malfunctioning. So here's another example to really cement this, right? Fulfillment is dead. Here's how you can sign clients with AI and then have AI handle 80% of the work for you. That's the big idea of the offer, right? What's the big idea of my marketing, my business, my offer? This is it. This is what we came up with. And this isn't ours, obviously, but this is ours. This is an example that I keep seeing everywhere. Question 2, how can I completely reverse the risk? When I'm creating an offer, this is one of the first things I think, because everybody has seen guarantees. I know what a money back guarantee is. I know what a discovery call is. everything like that. And the prospect does too. So we need to frame the guarantee in a way that seems new and fresh. So we can explain the guarantee, we can explain the terms, right? On our live event funnels, which I'll explain a bit more about later, we explain the terms, we are honest about that, we explain the dispute rate, the refund rate, and what it means. So trust is at an all-time low, and having a guarantee refund isn't enough anymore. You need to show the guarantee, to show the program, you need to show that you get results. Psychological warfare. What happens if they don't do it? So you need to position your offer and spending the money on your offer as a better case scenario than not doing anything and sitting there, and basically detach them from the money and detach them from their problem and show them that they can move out of this. And there's multiple ways that we can do that, and I'll show you how later. And then just using success stories and examples, right? You're reducing the risk in that sense. How can I stand out? Final part, it kind of links to the other two, is look at the weak parts of other people's offers in your niche and counter position against them. Improve a proven offer, something that's already working, and add unique spin. So for example, the AI agency offer, I could go in and say, don't start an AI agency, keep putting your SMA, but let AI do 100% of the fulfillment for you. That's not like a fantastic example, but it's a way that I'd go in and I'd kind of counter position against the rest of the market. If the market's going one way, you can counter position and still have the core fundamentals that are working like AI, but add a unique spin, for example. And then what are the unique deliverables that you can give? Really simple. What can you add that the other person doesn't have, right? Go and funnel hack your other offer or the competition's offer. And this wouldn't be a video about launching a product if we didn't talk about creating a launch offer. And this is just something that you can use when you're launching or relaunching your offer every few months. And there's four kind of pillars to this. There's the NELB formula. I just made that up on the spot. New, exclusive, limited bonuses. These are the four things that you need when you're launching an offer or you're relaunching or rebranding your offer that's already successfully, just relaunching it basically. So things like, this is the last time that I'll ever give this away, or this kind of information away. As part of the founding group, you'll get 50% off. I've never run a program with this level of support. They're kind of things that make the offer seem new, exclusive, limited, or you add bonuses that they're not going to get ever again. Then you do this in either the call funnel or the way I'm going to show you, the live event funnel. So that takes us on to stage two, why we sell one-to-many to one. Now, firstly, obviously, what is one-to-many to one? Well, you have VSL call funnels and webinars. They're the two kind of main ways of selling info in the modern market. But directly booking a call in a VSL call funnel, and you've got a long live class and selling a 997 product at the end on a webinar, both of which are understood by the prospect right now. So we use something called selling one-to-many to one. This is where you run a live event or workshop, and it's called a workshop and not a webinar, or an event, not a webinar. It's kind of the same thing, but it's called that because we provide more value to people in these webinars where they're just scammy sales pitches. And the VSL call funnels where they're just trying to manipulate the person into booking a call and trying to make the call seem what it isn't, which is a sales call and they're going to get sold to. So we actually provide value, and because we aren't selling, we build more goodwill. We can do this repeatedly over and over again. And it's one big event, so we can do it every few months and relaunch the offer multiple times a year and get a big cash injection. And we're not selling because we're inviting people to book a call with the sales team. Just kind of finding the balance of both of these things, right? You're still booking a call, but you're doing it live on a webinar. So that's what a live event or workshop is. And the gap that this method plugs, well, it finds the balance between the two downsides to call funnels. Call funnels don't build enough trust. They're kind of already understood by the prospect. And webinars feel too scammy, and again, they're understood by the prospect. And so it builds more trust in both methods while still allowing us to sell high ticket because we're inviting people to book a call with the sales team. And why they work so well on launch? Well, we create exclusivity by hosting a live event, which makes the build up to a new or repackaged offer more exciting than just a normal call funnel. And it's much easier to control the narrative around our offer and increase the four pillars of Hormozi's offer equation. If you don't know what that is, I do believe I have it over here. Here we go. Right, it's dream outcome, perceived likelihood of achievement, time delay, effort, and sacrifice. So we want to decrease this side, and we want to increase this side. And that's exactly what we're doing here. And then because a lot of people show up for these exclusive events or launches or workshops, we can book a high volume of calls all in one go for the sales team and do all of our cash collection early on in the month, and then have a month or 2 months of fulfillment to get better results, and then do a big cash surge again. Really, really fun model, especially for those looking to get out like the 30K a month range and get towards the 100K a month range. And don't believe me, Iman Gadzhi, multiple recent events running live events. Best Scale, 1 million a month with one-to-many to one, recently ran a webinar. Shelby Sapp ran weekly live events for months booking calls. Alex Mosley just launched $100 million models with a live event. Again, it's a bit different because he did sell direct to car. Well, he did upsells and stuff. He didn't really book a call, but he still used the same fundamentals that we do in a workshop. Cardinal Mason scaled to 500K a month with webinars. So all these people crushing the info space, probably the biggest names in the info space right now, all using this system. And that moves us on to stage 3, which is the 21-day launch or relaunch cycle. Note, this cycle can be ran repeatedly throughout the year, typically every 2 to 3 months, allowing for huge cash injections every quarter. Why I love this model. And the key components of the 21-day relaunch or launch cycle: market research, offer creation, teasing the launch, the promotion period, the live event or webinar is what it really is, if I'm being honest, and then booking sales calls and the follow-up afterwards. That's it, all in 21 days to collect all your cash, and then you can do like 2-3 months of fulfillment, or you can just do it again, right? You can have a 7-day down period and do it again. So day 1 to 3 is going to be doing the market research. So this is the kind of things that we do. I've blurred out the best bits because we want to save those for exclusive clients and consulting clients and done for you clients. But everything else is really common knowledge. Taking your sales call recordings, taking testimonial calls, your ICB breakdown, their scenarios, their beliefs, their pain points, and having a sheet around it that you can plug into things like Manus AI, Claude, though ChatGPT is dead. Next thing, right, day 3 to 5 is actually creating the offer. So for us, we spend this time, because it was the new high ticket offer, really honing it in. So we use the active affiliates angle. We use the perceived likelihood of achievement by showing that they were active affiliates. They painted the dream outcome, right? They'd make 5 to 10K a month with a TikTok affiliate. We reduced time delay by saying all in less than 4 months. And we framed that 4 months as Q4. So Q4 is a big event in TikTok affiliate. So we framed that 120 days of being during Q4. Actually, it was 90 days. Sorry, I'm chatting shit. It was 90 days, and that was the time period of Q4. So we're saying by the end of Q4, which it's just after Christmas, it's not far away, you'll have a 5 to 10K month TikTok Shop affiliate business. And you've got effort and sacrifice, right? So that's showing a decrease in the effort and sacrifice they have to put in by saying they'll get one-to-one coaching, they'll get samples sent to them, they'll get retainer opportunities, meaning they have to do so much less work because they just get given a lot of it. They get like everything given to them in this offer. And then we also had a guarantee that if they didn't make the money back in 90 days, then they would work for free until they did. Okay, then day 5 to 7, you're teasing the launch. So it's things like, look out for this date. Tomorrow I'm releasing something huge. This can be done in emails. This can be done in story sequences, right? This can be done in reels. This can be done in your community posts on YouTube. There's many, many ways that you can do this, but you're just teasing it. A few days of saying, look out for this date, something huge is coming. And then we're moving on to day 7 to 14, which is the promotion period. So typically we're sending our clients' prospects to a webinar registration page or an event registration page. For example, here you can see the big idea. Everything is prevalent that we spoke about in this top of fold. Really, really simple, nothing crazy, but it's just give us 90 minutes and we'll show you how the top UK affiliates are making 5 to 10K a month without fancy equipment, getting lucky or making themselves look stupid on camera. VSL, only 2 minutes long, secure their spot for a live event. So then they're registering, then they're getting emails, they're getting SMS, they're getting any kind of reminders of the event. And there's also a set of reaching out to them. And then that gets them to show up for the live event. And then for the actual live event, around day 14 to 15, we're using Vlad Leon's 14-step webinar framework. You can find that online very easily, right? And inviting them at the end to come in and book a call. So it's really starting with the intro, then we go into the training section where we give them 30 minutes of real value. But what's important is that you actually make them feel good while giving them value. So we don't just give them value. In fact, it's better to give them less value and make them feel good about the value they've been given. Then we go into that kind of like, after we've done the training, we go into kind of the transition. We get commitment from them, and then we go into the pitch, and then we go into the close, sorry. So pitch, then close. So pitch is where we say you can book a call with us. Close is basically spending 20, 30 minutes, breaking beliefs, objections, etc., and doing that final thing to push them over. So that's kind of the overall framework we use, but it's breaking down by Vlad Leon in more detail. And then days 15 to 21, this is where we are doing the closing, booking a ridiculous amount of calls and closing the deals all in one short space of time. So if you want to book your calls, start of the month and have them done, this is the method for you. As you can see, here's all the calls we booked. There was like way more down here. There's like 6 to 9 p.m. But you can see we're looking at quite a lot of calls in a 1 week space, right? Including probably over 10 that are up here that you can't see. So we booked a lot of calls and we closed a lot of deals. And that's really the overview of the 21-day cycle. Like market research, offer creation, teaser launch, promotion period, live event, right, for Vlad Leon's 14-step webinar framework, book calls and close deals. And you also want to follow up in this process as well, right? So you're just getting the setter or a dialer to reach out to them, or you are reaching out to them through email, or you're reaching out to them through SMS. So they're really the 3 kind of things you can do after the webinar. And we typically book around 20 to 30% extra calls in the follow-up process. So that's really important that you nail that on. So that pretty much summarizes the 3 steps. I have a full video breaking this down in a little bit more detail. I'll link it in the first in the description, actually. The second link will be our agency site where you can check us out. But if you do want to go and find out a little bit more about how we do this actual one-to-many system in more detail and how we use it to add, I think it was $40,000 a month to another 2 job coaching offer, check the first in the description. And other than that, check out webinarwizard.com. Yeah, that's been everything.